from 30-Minute Crafts and Always Expect More, and today I want to share with you a little bit about why the Cricut Maker should be on your wish list if it isn't already. If you're familiar with the Cricut machines, you probably have or have played with a Cricut Explore machine, and those are amazing. They come with just a standard blade, and this standard blade that we call the fine point blade, it's great for cutting vinyl and iron-on and paper and cardstock, and it's amazing. You can also get the fabric blade, which is designed for cutting through fabrics that are bonded, which means that there's like a heat and bond or some kind of stabilizer on the back to keep all those fibers in place while this blade cuts it. And you may be familiar with the deep cut blade, and this is designed so that it's a little bit shorter than the regular blades so that it allows thicker materials through there, and the blade itself is a little bit sturdier to really handle like some of those thicker cardstock materials. You can make all kinds of projects, like you can make cute boxes and cute tags, and you can make shirts using any of these materials. But if you've seen the Maker, you know that you can go even further. I've made some really fun projects with the Maker because it comes with the Rotary Blade, and the Rotary Blade allows you to cut fabrics that are not bonded. And so that includes making quilts. And if you haven't seen my whole series on how to make this quilt, you absolutely should go check that out. This quilt is entirely cut with the Rotary Blade and the Cricut Maker. And the Rotary Blade also lets you cut felt, like this cute little ornament here that's made out of felt and cut completely on the Maker. This is a simplicity pattern, so the pattern itself is right in Cricut Design Space. Today I actually want to talk to you about another tool that comes for the Cricut Maker. So this is a separate accessory purchase, and that is the knife blade. I'm going to pull it out of my Maker here. And the knife blade is basically what it sounds like. It's a craft knife, but it's in the machine, and it allows the machine to cut designs perfectly, precisely, so that everything fits exactly. There's a couple specialty things to know about the knife blade. First is that you can only use it with the Cricut Maker. It has this gear on the top, and that gear on the top means it's designed to be used with the Cricut Maker. The second is that you can't use your digital device with it, like your iPad or your Android tablet or your Android phone or your iPhone. Those won't use the knife blade, but you just need to hook up the Maker to your laptop or desktop computer, and you can still design just like normal in your iOS device or on your tablet. You just have to actually do your cutting from your desktop or laptop, which you really would want to do because some of these cuts can take a while. Today we're actually going to make this fun votive holder, and this is for Christmas. It's got this fun Christmas tree, and each panel is cut perfectly, and everything fits together like a dream because it was all cut on the Maker, and it cuts it out exactly. It takes about 2 hours to cut, and I'm going to show you how to do this from start to finish. Make sure to go check my description. I'm going to have all the links to the materials and tools that you need to make this project, as well as the link exactly to the Design Space file. Just to note, you do need to click this from a desktop or laptop computer because Design Space links don't always work on digital devices. So make sure that you click that link from your desktop or laptop computer, and it's all set and ready to go for you to make your votive. The blade that we're using is the knife blade, and that's exclusive to the Maker. It doesn't work on any of the other Cricut machines, and it has this copper gear at the top that fits right in here and gives it all the mobility it needs to be able to cut thick materials like leather and wood, which is what we're cutting today. When you're using the knife blade, you want to take all these star wheels and just move them on over to the right. They are super, super easy to move. You just glide them over, and afterwards you can just move them back. It's not a big deal. But we're going to want all of our star wheels over to the right-hand side. And then one more thing, when using the knife blade, you have to use a desktop or laptop computer. You can't use your iOS device or your Android device to use the knife blade. It has to be done with the computer, and all you do is you just plug it in to the back using the cord that came with your Maker. You plug this cord here into the back and the other end over into your laptop or desktop computer. Now that I have this ready, I just want to show you how to prepare the mat. This is a great way to use older mats that maybe have lost some of their adhesiveness. I'm going to be using 1/16 inch basswood, and this is a 6-inch by 24-inch piece, which is the perfect size for this project. I actually designed this project to work specifically with this size piece of wood, so we'll get the most out of our wood. We're going to take the wood and you're going to lay it down on your mat, line it up against the edge and the top, And then we're just going to add some masking tape. And the reason we're going to add some masking tape is because there's quite a bit of pressure and movement that that knife blade requires in order to be able to cut in. And we want our wood to stay super, super still. So over on this right-hand side, I can give it a good 1/2 inch, kind of put the masking tape midway on the wood and midway on the mat. But on this side, I actually want to be a little more careful. I don't want to go much more than 1/4 inch. And the reason is because with this project, it's going to be cutting right up close against there. And when it cuts right up close against there, when it does that, it's going to cut the masking tape. And that masking tape, the cut pieces can actually roll up onto the roller and can cause the machine to stop because they'll get all tangled up. So I only want to go about 1/4 inch, maybe just a touch less. And if you have any overhang, just spin it over to the back of the mat. Just flip it over. Then I'm going to do the same with the top and the bottom. Just add some tape. And that's going to keep this wood securely in place. And that's also why you can use one of your not so sticky mats for something like this, because it's really the tape that's holding our project down and not so much the adhesiveness of the mat. There we go. And then now that I have this prepared, I'll bring my machine back. I've selected 1/16 inch basswood for my material, and now I can load this up. Just line it up. Press that load button. There we go. And I can go ahead and press cut. The great thing about the Cricut Maker is that it is super, super user-friendly. It's making sure that the mat was put in straight, but it's also double checking that blade right now to make sure I have the right blade in. If I don't, it'll stop and say, nope, go ahead and change out that blade because you need the knife blade for this project. And that's gonna go ahead and cut. This project actually will take you about 2 hours or so to cut out completely. So we're just gonna go ahead and let it sit here and cut for a while. When your machine gets to about halfway, you can test it to see if the pieces pop out fairly easily. And if they do, then you're ready to go ahead and pull things out. You may wanna have your Cricut craft knife handy to pop out any of these pieces that don't pop out easily. There may be a couple that just need a little bit of help to come out, but most of them, usually at about halfway, are pretty good to go. So there we go. I've got one of my side pieces all cut out and ready. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the others out. Now that I have all my pieces cut out, I'm gonna switch things up by putting down my silicone mat and plugging in my hot glue gun. Once your hot glue gun is nice and hot, you're gonna separate out your 4 outside pieces and your 2 bottom pieces. This piece right here with the hole, that's just designed to kind of keep your tea light in place so that if you move your light, your tea light doesn't go all the way off center. So you want this just mostly centered. I'm just gonna throw some hot glue on there. And we just want it mostly centered. It's not a super big deal. And that's just going to keep this tea light kind of in the middle, even if we move our tea light around. Okay, now we can put our sides on. The first side is going to be a little bit the trickiest. Just add a line of glue across the edge. Place it on your silicone mat, and then just push them together. Now we can turn it. If that glue has set, we can go ahead and add our second side. We can take our craft knife and just cut away any glue that oozed out. And there we go. A fun Christmas tree votive. All we have to do is turn on our little electronic tea light, and make sure it's an electronic tea light. You don't want to use a one that you light with a match, because this is wood and it is flammable. We'll just tuck that right inside there. Wasn't it so fun and so simple to make this? It's so cool that I can just set it and let my machine do all the cutting and all the work, and then when I come back, it's just a couple minutes to glue it all together, and I get to say that I made this. How fun is this to put on my holiday table or to give as a gift? You can paint it, customize it to whatever your colors are. Because this is that natural wood, I think I might want to stain mine to make that natural wood really come out. But you can do whatever you like with yours. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave me a comment below and give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you never miss another video. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and have a lovely Cricut day.